Coming up on Medwatch today, your heart and the holidays. We talk to a cardiologist about how to reduce your risk for heart issues during the high stress of the holidays. Plus, hear from one woman who suffered a heart attack and didn't even know it. What women should look out for, we'll tell you, still ahead. And putting the time in to take care of our seniors. That is what the Santé Care Center is all about. Meet a 92-year-old woman who wouldn't choose anywhere else for her care. We'll tell you why, coming up. And why teens aren't developing like they used to. Researchers say it's because of too much screen time on their devices. What parents should know and why a cell phone timeout could be better for their health. That and more just ahead in our health headlines. Hi there, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Stephanie Bainham. The holidays are upon us, and though it is the most wonderful time of the year, it can also be the most stressful time of the year. And stress can affect your heart. Did you know that heart disease is the #1 killer of women? And as one local woman found out, a heart attack can happen when you least expect it. For mail carrier Kimberly Scott, it started out just like any other day. But as she traveled to work on the city bus, chest pains suddenly hit her hard.
Why am I so out of breath? And my chest was hurting really bad. So I said, let me get inside the office and sit down for a few minutes and, maybe it'll go away.
But it didn't. And Kimberly decided to go to the hospital, where she received the shock of her life from the emergency staff.
And so they says, well, you've had a heart attack. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, so how did this happen? I'm healthy 52-year-old woman. I'm not a diabetic. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. How did this happen?
Dr. Teresa Daniele, the chief of cardiology at UCSF Fresno, says Kimberly made a life-saving decision by heading to the hospital when she knew something was not right with her body.
In the cardiac cath lab, what we found was she did not have the typical blockage. She actually had a dissection, in other words, a cracked artery.
A condition common in women going through menopause or childbirth. Kimberly says she's thankful, as it could have been much worse.
It was scary, especially with the way that I got to the hospital, and I'm sitting on a city bus, and I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. My chest was just hurting. I could have been out there on the job delivering the mail, and this could have happened, and I wouldn't have even known it. I could have had more damage to my heart.
Proving that heart disease can strike at any time, especially during high-stress periods like the holidays. So what symptoms should you be on the lookout for?
A lot of symptoms of anxiety, palpitations, feeling like their heart is racing, chest pain in any form, and a lot of shortness of breath and tired and fatigue and feeling like they really just can't catch up with life.
Recognizing when something is off, like Kimberly did, which very well may have saved her life.
During the holidays, if you think something's not right, if it doesn't feel right, get it checked out. You should know your own body.
Putting your heart into the holidays by first and foremost taking care of your health.
And we can turn this around one woman at a time, just knowing your risk factors, speaking to your physician about what therapies you can be on to reduce your risk, and listening to your body.
Dr. Daniele says to reduce your risk of heart disease, follow your ABCs. A, for aspirin. Ask your physician if this is the right therapy for you. B, for blood pressure. Know your numbers. C, for cholesterol. Know your numbers and get it under control. D, for diet. Follow a low-fat Mediterranean-based diet. E, for exercise. 20 minutes of exercise 5 days a week will decrease your chance of having heart disease. Community Medical Centers has a whole team of people who focus on a patient's quality of life while at the hospital. They are the palliative care team, helping patients and their families with everything you can think of while staying at the hospital. We talked to the palliative care manager to learn more. Thank you so much, Christine, for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So palliative care, what does that word even mean and what should folks know?
Thanks. Palliative care actually comes from a word meaning to cloak. So to palliate or to provide palliative care is just to provide an extra layer or a cloaking over someone or their symptoms or somebody that's having a serious illness. Our unit of care is the patient and their family. Community has inpatient palliative care at all of our hospitals, and our team consists of physicians, nurse practitioners, nurses, social workers, and chaplains. And so we say we kind of swarm the patient and family, figure out what their needs are, how we can help as they kind of journey through the illness that they're dealing with at the time.
You literally cloak them, which is so cool because they're never alone, and you really raise the quality of life for patients when they're at the hospital.
Yeah, that's our goal, is to figure out what we can do to improve their quality of life, whether it be pain and symptom management, emotional support. We have a patient actually right now, a young man who is very ill and loves to go to the fair, and he's too ill to go this year. So our team is going at lunch to buy him some of his favorite fair food to bring back so he can at least enjoy that part of the fair. So, and that's very typical of how our team works. We do anything that we humanly can to help our patients get through the day.
I think that is so sweet, and a lot of people wouldn't know that the hospital has that service. What else do you think that they might not know about your team?
I think a lot of people confuse palliative care with end of life or hospice, and while we do help people that have serious illness, our services are really for people who are still journeying through that illness.
So if I am at the hospital, I get diagnosed with something, when is it that your team comes in to comfort me and say hello?
The physician that's caring for our patient would ask for us to come in, so we need a referral. And any time from diagnosis on is appropriate, and we can help with things ranging from pain and symptom management, advanced care planning, just family meetings, helping talk to children in a family that may be impacted. We do lots of different things just depending on the needs of the situation.
Yeah, well, you do a great job.
Thank you.
They're so lucky to have this team here at all the hospitals, so thank you so much for your time and for explaining it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks. Coming up on Medwatch today, hear about the latest study on what impact technology has on our kids. That's just ahead in our health headlines.